All right, Nick Nielsen here, joined by Dwight Fitz Bramble from St. Vincent and the Grenadines here. Fitzy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well down here in all the sunshine and the lovely tropical weather, despite the fact that we are experiencing a volcanic eruption right now. Thanks for reaching out, Nick. How are you doing back there in Estevan?
Hey, we're doing well here. We had about 2 feet of snow here about last week, so I think you're it was 2 feet of snow. I think in the span of about 2 days. So I think you're we're all a little bit jealous of you right now down south at the very least. But just I guess you touched on the volcano here where you're sitting at. You guys are okay, eh?
Yeah, I'm actually sitting where I live. I'm living in what we call the green zone, which is the safe area. So the volcano is located on the almost on the northern tip of the island. But where I live, I'm living pretty much on the southern tip. If you can see in the background, the ocean back there. And what you're seeing in the background, that's downtown Kingstown. The Kingstown is our capital city. So I'm living on a little hill just overlooking the capital city, about 3 to 5 minutes walk, and I'm down in downtown Kingstown. So we are in the safe zone down here, and thankfully, that's where I'm located.
Sounds like it's a little bit busy going on in the city behind you, eh?
Yeah, you're hearing the sirens and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of activities. We since the volcano first erupted on the 9th of April, and since then we've had about 3 or 4 eruptions. The most recent one was yesterday, Sunday, April. What was yesterday? The 17th, I think.
18th, but yeah.
Um, Yeah, but the biggest one so far was on April the 13th, which incidentally was the date in 1979. The volcano last erupted in 1979 on April the 13th as well.
Oh
So
wow.
it had quite an anniversary, if I can say.
So I was just saying that I know you guys. You said you're in the green zone here, so there's not really any risk or danger to you. But what's your community been doing for the other parts of your country that have been affected by this? Have you guys been? Has been there been kind of charity efforts or people working to gather resources yet?
Yeah. So what has happened? We've evacuated about 20,000 persons thus far, and they're housed in shelters in basically in the green zone. The shelters are mostly high schools and elementary schools, and of course, we are in need of a lot of supplies and personal stuff, food stuff, and all those things that people would need to just basically live. We've had a tremendous relief effort from local citizens and also from international individuals overseas, organizations, governments, and so on. But as you would appreciate, a lot of the relief supplies coming from overseas will take a while because they have to be shipped. So that is a bit of a concern as well.
I see. I see. Have you had anybody from Estevan reaching out to you?
No, not yet. I am in the process of officially contacting Premier Scott Moe, the Saskatchewan Premier. Well, I shouldn't say nobody has reached out. Trying to make sure I'm okay. I'm a member of parliament down here now. I'm an opposition MP. So in that capacity, I plan to reach out to government officials in Saskatchewan generally and businesses to seek some help.
I see, I see, and I'm glad you bring up that you're a member of Parliament down there now as well, because that's kind of something else I wanted to talk with you about. I know when you went down that you were going to try and get into the new Democratic Party down there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the last I think that we've talked to you. So I guess what has it been like for you the last year here? What have you been doing in politics down south?
Well, as you said, I came back and I contested the general elections, our parliamentary elections. I guess it's equivalent to your federal elections there because we just have one big countrywide elections. There are 15 constituencies, or as we call them in Canada, ridings. And my party, the New Democratic Party, won 6 of the 15 seats. I was one of the successful candidates for my party. I contested in the East Kingstown constituency. So the capital city, Kingstown, is divided into 3 constituencies, East, Central, and West. and I contested the East and I won. So I'm an opposition member of parliament. It's challenging because you really don't have access to fund state resources to do what you want to do. Down here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, although I'm the officially elected representative, simply because I'm not a part of the government party, you don't have access to the resources. So yeah, I have to network and reach out a lot to friends and organizations in and out of St. Vincent to try to get resources to help my constituency. But it's not, I mean, I'm always up for a challenge, and I have to say that Estevan has prepared me quite a bit as well, being the economic development coordinator in Estevan. I mean, we all know the challenges that Estevan's been facing over the last couple of years. So me working in that environment has really helped me as well. And I really want to thank the people of Estevan for that.
And you're leading right into the questions that I have written on my piece of paper here. I was just going to ask you, I guess, how did your time in Estevan kind of prepare you for your new role down south now?
Oh, very much. I mean, the fact that I was the economic development coordinator, and as we know, Estevan's going through a transition with the coal, and then COVID came and didn't help any. So I was privileged and honored to really contribute in whatever way. Some people may say I contributed quite a bit. In my mind, I think my contribution was significant, and happy that I had an opportunity to do. It was tough. It was challenging. It's not easy to attract businesses. The government's environmental policies with regards to clean coal and that kind of stuff really didn't help much either. So yeah, you hearing me now?
Yeah, I got you back here now.
Okay, what did you miss? I was just basically saying that, my colleagues, my former colleagues at City Hall and in the city of Estevan generally, the business community, all the residents of Estevan really helped to make my job a lot easier.
Yeah, I think we got kind of the most part of your answer there, Fitz.
Yeah.
I'll ask you this though. I guess, how does the economy of Estevan compared to the economy that you're working with down south right now? What kind of things, I guess, what are some of those big industries that support the economy that you guys are working with and things like that?
But down here, our economy is based on agriculture, tourism, the service industry is big as well. Tourism is the main driver right now. But obviously, with COVID and particularly with COVID, we are now realizing that we have to, as much as we can, aim at diversifying. The services, financial services, offshore financial services is also another huge one. Agriculture, traditionally we've been an agricultural economy, an agricultural-based economy. But in recent times, as I said, tourism past that, I really think there are many opportunities in agriculture. This
Might have lost you one more time.
An economy, GDP, which is to have a full magnitude is huge. And to enhance from some help from Saskatchewan, some of the bigger farming and agricultural companies.
I see. I think we're back to normal here. I kind of cut in and out of that answer, but I think I got her.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, I think we're good. I think I got you here. I just had a few issues with this computer on and off here, so it's been kind of goofy. I think a lot of the problems we're experiencing might be on my end here. I guess I don't really know if I got much else to ask you here, Dwight. I guess the one thing I will ask, anything in particular about Estevan in the Southeast that you miss, and anything in particular that makes you real happy to be home as well?
Well, home is always home. You're always going to be happy to be home, and I'm happy that I'm home in this particular capacity as a member of parliament, where I get I have probably the highest opportunity to really make a significant contribution to my country's development. But as I said, I miss Estevan. I mean, it's not the exciting city that one can think of, but there are several virtues and values about Estevan that I really like. Particularly the closeness of the community. I mean, everybody showed me love in Estevan, and people appreciated for the most part what I did. And especially the quietness. The quietness of Estevan is what I mean. I'm telling you, man, with all this volcanic activity going on now, and I'm pretty much going at 200 miles an hour in terms of activities and visiting shelters and trying to do stuff to get things going. I could use some of that quiet solitude in Estevan right now.
No kidding. I can hear the chickens going in the background pretty often, so I can see what you mean.
The roosters are crowing in the background, and man, you guys need. Actually, this is a kind of a promo for St. Vincent too. As soon as COVID allows us to travel and so on again, for people in Estevan and whoever is watching and listening to this in Canada, St. Vincent is the place to be. So make sure when you're planning your next trip, consider St. Vincent. And I might also add very quickly, Nick, if anyone wants to contact me to provide any kind of help or just to find out what's going on, they can contact me via my email address, and that's fitzbramble@gmail. That's FITZBRAMBLE@gmail.com. And if I can leave a telephone, I'll leave the telephone number with you, Nick, and they can contact the station and get it if they want to.
For sure. Absolutely. Alrighty. With that, I'm going to hit stop on the recording.